The 12 months ahead of you appear to be very full. I find money very strong in your crystal. As I'm picking up numbers here for you. 4, 7, 23, 27, and 11, all those numbers are playing important parts for you. Make sure that you don't give all the money away to others. Save a little and keep it for yourself. You're a lady who will be lucky.
I just do birthdays, wedding anniversaries. Last year my favourite number were 26 and this year it's 33. So I stick to 33 this year, all year. I dream about it when I go home. You think if I'd have been on that number when it came up with my few quid, I'd have been coming out of here with plenty of money. I never think about what I've lost. Tomorrow's another day. After you've been to a casino, nothing else turns you on.
Now,
the extra 2 was on 29, by the way.
Sorry? The extra 2's on 29. No. Alright. Make some pennies. 15.
Well, it is the cherry. Got 5 chips back.
17 brown.
I gamble with everything. I mean, I go to butchers and I give him a throw off at meat, and I try and get discount wherever I go. Whatever shop it is, butchers. You can't do it in supermarkets, but you can eat little shops. I gamble with everything I buy. Everything.
You think life's a gamble?
Yeah. You? Yeah. You get life. It's a gamble, it's a game of roulette. And when you gamble, it's your right if you bet.
Place your bets now, please.
Well, if I'd have been on that number 33 when it come up and I knew it were going to do it, I'd have hit the cherry Morris, I'd have had a fiver on that number. This is what and all night I'm thinking, why weren't I on that number?
There you go, mate. Bets now, please.
I think a lot of naive people just think they like sleazy joints till they actually go in them, but they're not. You see a lot of cash in casinos, but no one knows where it comes from. I mean, there's one beauty of a casino. A road sweeper can brush shoulders with a mega multimillionaire. Casinos are like hospitals. If you're in an hospital, you're on the same level as the guy in the next bed to you. If you're in a casino, you're treated the same as... I mean, there's no class distinction in this casino. There's nobody saying who are you or what are you. As long as you're putting money on the tables.
Yes, mate. They are 2 for a monkey buff in 5ers. You've got it.
Casinos in Britain are discreet, members-only worlds where there are deliberately no clocks or windows to show time is passing. Forbidden from seeking publicity, casinos are as difficult to film in as courts of law.
Right, £30.
But now, for the first time, the gaming board has allowed cameras to observe casino life behind the scenes at the Clifton Casino in Lytham, St Anne's.
The one thing about this game is it is very unpredictable. You can be well in front at 3:30 and at 4 o'clock be losing. I've seen it turn £3,000 and £4,000 in the last 10-15 minutes. It's just after midnight. At the moment, conservative estimate that the casino is winning between 8 and 15. By that I mean we're winning between £800 and £1,500 at this time of night. Sir.
Monday. Okay, yellow to £1. Brown. Hey, brown to £1.
I can lose. I've lost as much as £1,000 a night. I had a bad night a few weeks ago. I lost £800. And I said to my wife, if I come in again, the following night, I have a bad night, I'm going to give it a rest. As it happens, I came in the following night and won £560 back. So it gave me the initiative to go on, which is not a good thing, but that's what happened, you see. I never come in to win. Never come in to win. I come in to lose and win if I can. And if I win, I've had a good night. There are people who come in for the first time, and if they win, that is a kiss of death. The odds are so highly stacked in favour of the casino that for people to come in here and think that they're going to win, way up in Fairyland, it just doesn't work that way at all.
No more now.
I start low and try to build it up. So when you start low and try and build it up, and it's not going in your section for a lot of spins, you carry on as much as cash you've got on. And if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Why do you carry on? To get your losses back. You get what's called a red mist. You can't leave the table, you're frozen to the table because your own mind's telling you, say you've lost £100, you're playing to get that £100 back. So then it goes into £200, then it goes into £300, then it goes into £400. Then you're telling yourself, well, if I hit a number and it goes into that section of the wheel for, say, 5 spins out of 5, you're going to get 400 of, say, 900 that you've lost. Then you're telling yourself, it's called the red mist, you can't move. You're frozen to the table.
How do you feel afterwards when you've obviously lost thousands?
Sick. The following morning it hits you. You think, what a schmuck, I'll never go in a casino again. You go in again the following night.
He tells me he doesn't play on the tables. I hope he doesn't play on the tables because that is an even bigger waste of money to my man.
Have you got my queens?
I can understand him playing cards.
I don't play roulette anymore.
But
Occasionally
he
I have
he doesn't play the tables, which I believe he doesn't, and I hope he doesn't do it.
Never.
So,
well, maybe at Christmas.
So I don't really mind him playing cards.
I'm all in for this.
It is about the money as well. Sometimes I don't know why bother working. I mean, am I working so he can go playing poker?
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Chips.
I suppose really it's being afraid of it getting out of hand because my grandfather was a gambler. Nobody knew until he died, and he left my grandma in a lot of financial trouble after he died because he'd run up debts at the bookies, and I suppose it's that side of it really, because I don't know what he's spending because he won't admit what he's spending.
Do you owe me any money, George? No. Bullshit! Hey, just stand back while George's nose is growing.
I don't mind Howard coming and playing poker one night a week. That doesn't really bother me. It's when he disappears, doesn't tell me where he is, doesn't phone home, just doesn't turn up, and I don't see him for a couple of days.
She actually asked me for a photograph because she forgot what I looked like.
What one? Ace and eights with a jack.
What one would you do here?
No.
My father died at 59. My grandfather died at 57. So I'm now 36 years of age. If I live to be over 60, I'll be very happy. So my belief is now I've got 24 years left to live, which is not a lot of time at all. And if I can make it that far, I want to have a good time doing it. I don't want to be messing around, saving all my money and for a rainy day. I believe in spending it as quick as I get it. Whatever I can afford and I want to do it, I do it, if the wife will let me. As far as I'm concerned, I've took a lot of chances in business. I've cut a few corners, and I've been fortunate where they've paid off. Different doors are opening all the time, not just for me, but for everybody, and it's the people that are prepared to open the door and run right in and succeed. I've had just as many chances, I suppose, as a lot of other people, except I've perhaps seized upon them a bit better, you know. And in fact, I'm not there yet, am I? I'm miles off being a millionaire.
I do throw my money around. I'm a bit spendthrift. If I've got it, I'll spend it, because it's no use living a very frugal life and then dying and letting all your relatives have a good time on it. You're better off spending it yourself and letting them talk about you when you're dead.
Somebody jammed one of the slots up with bloody... Think of it.
Which one's this?
I put them both together. I've got the two.
I have all the money. He doesn't really have that much money himself, because I do the books for everything. So all the money comes into me, I bank it all. So really I do know what's coming in, and I do know roughly what he spends.
Bethesda was 145.
And Bethesda was blocked up?
No, Bethesda ran out of tickets and York Street was blocked up.
You see, I'm a saver, but how if he's got money in his pocket, it burns a hole in it. You know, he does like to spend money. I mean, he calls me tight, and I suppose in some ways I am, because I don't like spending money. If he had his hands on the money, then it'd be a different matter.
It's easy money, isn't it? You don't have to give John Major any of it. You waited on hand and foot, you're in lovely conditions, and you're winning money. If you can win £500 a night, 7 nights a week, 52 weeks a year, it's a nice salary.
Such a nice person.
But it doesn't work that way.
Place your bets now, please.
There's no one person living that's not had a scolding in a casino. No one living. Unless they're a liar. One night I was in a casino in Manchester, and I think someone counted over 20 spins, and it didn't actually go in my section of the wheel. Well, that's disaster. That's suicide. That's the worst hiding anyone could get. How much did you lose? Well, I wouldn't like to say I lost enough. I did what I shouldn't have done. Go on. Well, no one will say what they've lost. They'll all tell you what they win. They won't tell you what they lose. No gambler will tell you what he's lost.
29 black.
Yeah. This guy sold 14 snooker tables, and he got £1,000 a table. And this guy paid in cash for it. So he went into the casino with his £14,000, and I met him in the casino later on, and he says to me, would you believe that 14 snooker tables would fit down that little hole? I said, what do you mean, Steve? He said, well, that's where mine's gone. The finest businessmen I've ever seen have just cleaned out. Well, I know a guy that lost 4 houses, and if you say to him, you lost 4 houses, he always says, and the contents. First of all, the contents, then the house, then the next house, then the next house, then the next house.
The machine's got a better brain than that. And the profit is the one thing it won't give it you.
You must always remember one thing. If you go in a casino, there's no one puts a gun to your back and says, gamble. Is it? I mean, if you go into a butcher's shop, you go in for meat. I go into a shoe shop, I buy a pair of shoes. It's no use going in a casino if you're going to look at the wallpaper, is it?
Say, who's got trouble? We got trouble. How much trouble? Too much trouble. Well, now, don't you frown. Just knuckle down and knock on wood. Who's unhappy? We're unhappy. How unhappy? Too unhappy. Oh, that won't do. When you are blue, just knock on wood.
5, 6, 7.
How much have you won? 5,000.
10, 11.
Very lucky.
12,
Pardon?
13,
Lucky. I'm very lucky today.
6, 8.
How often do you win £5,000? I think this is the 4th time in 7 months.
4th time in 7 months?
Yeah.
And how much have you lost in between?
24.
I lost count.
426.
Ha-ha, now who's happy? Just how happy? Very happy. That's the way we're gonna stay, so knock on wood. Now who's lucky? We're all lucky. Just how lucky? Very lucky. Well, smile again and once again.
5 a.m. The casino doors have been locked and alarmed. The count is about to begin.
Tonight, we could be losing about eight grand. It's probably the worst result I personally have had in about 1.5 years. It'd probably go down as maybe the third worst result we've ever had in 5 years, maybe.
How much money have you actually paid out over the desk?
Somewhere around £24,000 tonight.
And what does that tell you about win or lose?
It tells me we've lost, and I would estimate, gauging a Sunday drop, to be 16 to 18,000, somewhere around 5 to 6,000 loss.
Were they familiar faces that were picking up the winnings?
Yes.
Hardened regulars?
Yes. They win big and they lose big. It's swings and roundabouts. We could get it back in the next 2 nights.
If you're lucky.
If we're lucky, yes.
We've got a couple of individuals at the moment that they've had a good run. Like a lot of gamblers, they tend to play with our money, and so they're fearless. And when they've got a lot of bottle like that, they're quite hard to beat, you know? They can keep hitting you and hitting you. And it can go on for a long time sometimes. It started really getting bad at 1 o'clock, and then by 2:30 it was a disaster. You know? Just a complete disaster. I mean, some of the hits tonight, we was paying out 3 and 4 grand a time, you know. But because of the money coming back over, we had a bit of compensation because there was a lot of action there. We was taking £500 a spin sometimes, you know. But when you're getting hits going out like 4 grand a time and 3 grand a time, you know. My estimated drop is 14.7. But I'm thinking that on the count, we'll end up with the drop figure. That's the amount of cash that's gone down the boxes, what we called action, what's been gambled. I want to get that up to about 15.5.
Think of your wage packet at the end. You're like a football manager. Don't get the results, you're out the door.
Oh, that's lovely, but...
That's from America.
Oh, what's that? That's 16.
16, that'll fit, yeah. Look at the back.
Don't shout aloud, 12. I think gambling's in your blood. My dad's always been a gambler. Can I have a new dress, Dad? Well, toss you up. I either buy it or I don't. And he used to heads, right, you can have it. Tails, no, you can't have it. And that was it. We accepted it, you know.
That cloak. Look at that one.
Oh, I like that.
I've left it in there for you.
It's lovely, that.
You found them. Yeah, I'll put them in for you.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. How does it feel? Is it? It's a bit new.
Yeah, it's a bit
revealing.
I don't think when you're leaning over the tables, you know, like
when
you
you're
can't,
having your dinner.
It's like Aladdin's cave. I like the glitz. I like getting dressed. I mean, I dress over the top. Everybody there goes ordinary, and I go all glittery, and I bet they think she's balmy. And if I've got to go to the supermarket before I go in my glitter there as well. And they all watch me trot round the supermarket. Oh, I don't really care. I just live how I want to.
One coming in blue.
Where's that one with the scallop button? The emerald green, I fancy.
Oh, that one? Makes a change from black, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right, comes to 600. Give me 500 for all 3. All right. Don't look at me like that.
450.
You'll have me
No,
shot. You'll have me shot. All right then, for readies.
If I win at the casino, they pay me money, so I always have money. I never use credit cards anywhere. I am old-fashioned. Yeah, but I can do a deal with pound notes. I can't with credit cards. Because Mr. Perkins don't like me paying with credit cards. He would like... See, I get a good discount with paying pound notes. 4.
Shall I check this is real? Indelible ink?
Yes, from casino, it will be. That's a lot lighter than when I come in, isn't it?